Hey guys, it's Gigavenger here, and today I'm showing you some gameplay of Touhou 7 Perfect Cherry Blossom, I believe it's called. Now this is just a replay of what I played earlier, but I'll be doing some commentary over it, maybe explaining some base mechanics of Touhou, also some bosses. I'm not very used to this game actually, so this is actually one of my first playthroughs. It's just normal mode. Now the the early areas of the game do seem a lot easier than in Touhou 6, but it starts to heat up a bit later, I think, which I will promptly get smashed. Now in Touhou, the hitbox of your character to get hit by bullets is actually a lot smaller than the sprite. So if you see there's like a white circle in the middle of my character, that's actually the hitbox. And I can display that by holding left shift, which also focuses my bullets into these big cards that you're seeing I'm firing. Now you have a limited amount of lives before, obviously, game over. But you also have a limited amount of bombs per life you can use, which usually clears the screen of bullets and deals some damage to the enemy. Now what I've done with this replay is it's on boss only mode, so it'll speed through the areas coming up to the boss, because, well, they're obviously not as interesting as the actual boss gameplay. So try and keep it interesting for you guys. I'm playing as reimu type A, which is why I have these homing cards. There's 3 characters in Touhou 7. There is Reimu, Marisa, and Sakura, which all have different attack types, different bomb types, which are called spell cards in this, officially. Although Reimu is probably the most well-rounded type of all of them. She also has the smallest hitbox, so it's easier to dodge with her. I believe that's implemented in this game. Don't hold me to it though. Definitely is in Touhou 8 though. But this spell card from the enemy boss is not too difficult to dodge. You just kind of gotta keep up with it. It's the same with most. So that's just a mid-game boss. Then we have another few enemies to get through, and then here we go. It's just the actual boss of the level. Again, not too hard to dodge. As you go along, progressing, you'll pick up these red squares, which are power tokens. These will, well, power up your attacks, obviously. If you die, you lose some of them, and you need to collect them again to power up. Me dying repeatedly here. A bit unfocused. Pick it up around here though. You see in the top right there's a timer, the blue numbers. That's how long I have to beat her until, well, this stage of her, until I lose a bonus. I think it is. That I usually get in points. Some enemy stages will have longer timers, but they'll have more health or more difficult attacks to dodge, meaning you won't get very many opportunities to attack them. Although it usually happens in the later stages of the game. that's the stage completed. I believe this is stage 4. If I'm right. Double valve free. I'm still not very sure about this game. So I'll probably be messing up a fair amount. Pretty trashy at it right now. I'm actually playing at that speed when it comes in the areas before bosses. I'm not some kind of superhuman. Yeah, as you can see, it starts to get a little bit more intense on this fight, which is why I had to break the barrier and clear the screen there. Probably this is probably her easiest spell card to dodge, in my opinion, I think. This one actually did trick me out a bit of times. Oh, this one is actually crazy. I probably won't be commentating too much right now because, well, I've already explained most of the basics. There we go. So I'm gonna stop speaking for a little bit right now. One isn't too bad once you, as long as you don't get overwhelmed. The large bullets often won't even come near you at times, which is why they're just kind of there to intimidate you. The general rule in Touhou is the larger the bullet is, the wider its safe hitboxes, so you can go more into the bullet and it won't hit you. Like, it's only nearer to the center that it can actually hit you. So you can kind of go on the edges of the big bullets. But the smaller ones, there isn't really any lenience. Maybe able to glance them with a little part of your hitbox. And that's what's called grazing. Grazing is when you go against the side of a bullet, like right next to it, but don't actually get hit by it directly. This gets you extra points. So if you're like a point enthusiast and you're trying to score as many points as possible on each stage, you'll probably want to graze past as many bullets as possible. This one's a good spell card to get some graze points on, because they come very close to you, but they're not too hard to dodge. Also, this mid-game boss is way too much health, I think. I think it's just supposed to be a drawn-out battle. But it's fine after you get used to it. So this part has been interesting. There's 3 different bosses, but you're fighting them kind of at the same time. I'll come at you in stages. So right now we're just fighting her. I think there's one point in the boss where you actually fight all 3 of them though. Now these purple bullets here will actually home into you, so you gotta try and trick them and then move in another way. It's quite a good idea to stay at the middle lower part of the screen, because then those other ones that are coming from the corners won't hit you. Then you just kind of skirt around the purple bullets. An example of where all 3 of them will come at you at once. I actually had to use 2 bombs here. I'm actually too sure how I would go around that attack so far. I think you've got to try and bait those red bullets that she's aiming at you, and then move into another section. So you're staying in the same section never pisses me off. Kind of comes with experience more than anything. This one can get one, you just gotta try and find a path. It's like a maze. Once again, just go overwhelmed by this attack. Oh, that's high. This will be the last area. This is probably where it starts to get a bit more intense, I'd say. Past this point in the game. Touhou is always about looking for openings in the bullet patterns. Some of them are less obvious than others. Here we are, this is the 5th stage as boss, right here. This is Young, who was also featured in the Touhou fan anime that was released. Well, I'd highly recommend it if you like the series, but it won't make much sense if you don't. I'm afraid. This is kind of interesting. I think she slows time to give you a chance to react to all these bullets, I think, but I'm gonna try to take the cheap way out by using bombs to clear this area. I'm not very confident with it yet. Actually coming up to my last bomb of my last life here, so We're coming to a close here. So, this will be our final stand. But we have achieved some more bombs. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like and comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.